This is my 6.2 presentation on the technical model in basketball. In this presentation we'll really be focusing on rebounding and boxing out. So boxing out in basketball. My criteria for boxing out was face opponent as they shoot, defender in front of attacker, lower center of gravity, back yourself into attacker and extend arms to protect the ball. So talking through a standard box out would play out sort of like, so whilst the ball's in the air, the attacker should try and get in front of the defender. However, the defender needs to stop the attacker from getting in front of them. To do so, they need to lower their center of gravity and then back themselves into the attacker. This will then prevent the attacker from getting around them to grab the rebound and then have another attack. So boxing out is very important, so it does prevent like a counter attack sort of thing or another attack. So talking through my criteria, so you want to face your opponent as they shoot. This could cause the attacker to be put off from their shot. Also, it's very important that then you can see where the ball's going and you can follow the ball with your eye, keeping an eye on where it's going and where it's going to land, knowing where you need to prevent your attacker from getting to and where you need to be positioned to stop them from doing so. So it's key that the defender needs to be in front of the attacker. If the attacker is in front of the defender, then the box out has failed really, because then they can get in front and get the ball before the defender. Lower center of gravity, this is very important as well. This will just help create stability. So to do so, you would want to widen your base of support. As you can see on my picture here, he's widened his base of support here, so he's stable and will not be pushed over by the attacker, who has a narrower base of support. So the defender's a lot more stable, so he's not going to be pushed over, and then he can extend his arms backwards and then back into the attacker. This will stop the attacker from therefore getting around the defender, and it blocks off the route to the ball. Okay, so moving on to rebounding. So my criterion for rebounding is eyes on the ball, fully extend arms, bring ball down to chest, don't swing ball around, elbows pushed out, be aware of opponent positioning. So if I'm talking through a typical rebound, what you want to do is jump up from a crouch position, lift your arms up in the air fully extend your arms to reach the ball, secure the ball by bringing the ball into your chest and keeping your elbows raised, pushed out. You don't want to swing the ball around either when you bring it down. If you do this, then there's a chance of someone slapping out your hand or you dropping it. So if I talk you through my criteria, you want to keep your eyes on the ball. This is crucial. If you don't watch the ball, then there's obviously a massive chance of you dropping it or missing the ball. You want to fully extend your arms to get the biggest reach possible over your opponent. This just gives you an advantage of reaching the ball over your opponent. Bring the ball into your chest. So this will just prevent anyone from therefore slapping out your hand or stopping you from pivoting around to then pass the ball out. You want to keep your elbows pushed out. This will therefore secure the ball in your chest, and it will give you an option to pivot around. There's an elbow there, and you don't want to get hit by an elbow. So don't swing the ball around. This can therefore cause you to drop the ball, or you could therefore swing around and someone slap the ball out of your hand. And of course, you do really need to be aware of opponent positioning, as if you're not, then you might be caught out by someone, or they might surprise you and you're not aware of where they are. So if you are aware of where they are, then you'll be able to get in the best position possible for you to win the ball. Then you'll be able to jump up, reach the ball with your fully extended arm, secure the ball, bring it into your chest, and you'll know exactly where they are then to then lay off the ball to your teammate without being troubled by the opponent. So that is your standard rebound in basketball. Moving on to my box out now. So here is a video of my box out. So the method we use to fill my box out is that we set up a little game scenario. So we had a little set piece sort of thing. As someone would pass it, the one defender would be defending, and then someone else would pass it around. Someone would take a shot, and then you'd be boxing out your attacker. This was a very effective way of recording it, as it then therefore reenacted a game scenario, as it wasn't just a box out. So here are the stages of my box out. So we have preparation 1, preparation 2, execution 1, execution 2, recovery 1, and recovery 2. So as you can see in my first picture, I do watch the ball well, as I know where the ball's coming from. I also do well to spread my arms and make sure the attacker does not pass. However, I'm not very low. I haven't widened my base of support enough, and I could be crouched more at my knee. This is what the perfect model would do when comparing myself to that. So in the second picture, you can see how I'm still keeping my opponent away from getting the ball. This allows me to watch where the ball is going to land, and then I can time my run to reach the ball. However, still I'm not low enough. I need to be crouching on my knees and widen my base of support, because this could then cause me to fall over or lose balance and my opponent to reach the ball. So in the third picture, execution 1, you can see how I'm now decided to move forward and grab the ball, get the rebound. I did time this well, as I did manage to win the ball. However, in the fourth picture, execution 2, you can see how I reach my arms out well. I fully extend my arms to therefore bring the ball to my chest. However, in picture 5, recovery 1, you can see that I do not bring the ball to my chest, and therefore I rush my pass, which is a big weakness, as I do rush my pass and then I do misplace it slightly, which causes my teammate to have a hard time trying to catch the ball. He does manage to do though, so well done to him. So overall, my box out is okay. There are flaws to it, as we will evaluate in a second, but my main flaw really is that I don't get low enough. I do not widen my base of support enough or bend my knees, and then I do not bring the ball into my chest. I have time to bring the ball into my chest, but I'm not under any real pressure. As you can see in the execution 2 picture, there's quite a big gap from me and my partner, so I've clearly secured the ball. But I just need to take my time to secure the ball into my chest, raise my elbows, and then pivot round to play the pass, instead of catching the ball and then just getting rid of it as quick as I can. So, talking about my strengths and weaknesses now. So my main strengths are that I watched the ball well, I kept my eye on the ball, I knew exactly where my opponent was, so I could stop them from passing me. It was good that I knew where my opponent was, so then I could keep my eye on the ball and then therefore time my run properly. Another of my strengths was that I timed my run perfectly to go and grab the rebound. I didn't take too long, so the ball was bounced a few times. I didn't go straight for it, so it was in the air, and then I had the risk of someone slapping out my hand in the air. I just waited and timed it perfectly, as I was holding off my opponent well. Another of my strengths was that I kept my opponent away from the ball long enough, so I could let the ball bounce. If I was under more pressure from my opponent, I was struggling to keep him away, I would have had to have reacted quicker and gone for the rebound earlier. But I did this well, and that was my last strength. So moving on to weaknesses. My weaknesses are that I don't really get low enough when boxing out. This could cause me to lose balance whilst preventing my opponent from passing me. So if that had have happened, my opponent would have got an easy rebound and then most likely gone on to score a layup. My second weakness is that I do not bring the ball into my chest to protect the ball. Because of this, I could lose the ball when playing the pass, as I did misplace my pass, and someone could have easily won that instead of my teammate catching it. I also did not bring my elbows out when I caught the ball, which means I could have easily lost the ball. And lastly, I rushed the catch, and I did not bring the ball into my chest. I therefore rushed the pass and slightly misplaced the pass to my teammate, who I passed to had a hard job of catching the pass. This has been my 6.2 presentation. Thank you.